Alright, so it took me a while, but I finally found some time to do the Q&A. First of all, thank you so much for sending me all those questions. I went through all of them and I picked the one that I think are the most important, and I try to answer them now. I try not to talk too much because I don't want to make a 20-minute long Q&A, because that's going to be just boring. But yeah, so let's get started. So from all the questions, probably like every third person asked me, how do you pay for this? How do you afford to travel that much? How do you pay for your flights? And yeah, let's start with this question first, I think. Well, it is a hard question for me too. So let's just start with where I get the money from. All I do to earn money is parkour related work, which means I do live performances, I do coaching, we do video shoots, I sell video content. It's just a lot of different things, and with all those small things I get enough money to do what I enjoy. Most of the work I do comes from my team Freeze, which is a parkour company based in Switzerland. And I mean, you need to know, I do parkour since almost 10 years and I'm doing professional work since over 7 years now. So I think I can say I'm quite experienced in how it works, and I got all the contacts and the experience. I mean, all the work I do, it doesn't come just like this. Like, you need to work for it, you need to be patient. It is hard work. I mean, I worked so much for free, I did so many things for like just a little bit of money, but I knew that one day I will get paid back and it would be worth it. And it was. But still, most of the work I do is back in Switzerland. So a lot of times I can go back to Switzerland to do this work, and then I get paid, and then I can go wherever I want again. So there are some obligations I need to do, but I think that's all right because I'm really enjoying it and I'm having fun with what I'm doing. Well, I need to take my shoes off on a sunny day. Well, yeah, so I hope you understand a little bit of what I mean, that work doesn't just come by itself. Like, you need to work for it, and that's why I'm able to travel that much, because I worked for it. I did a lot for that. So yeah, this is where I get money from. But I always hear people saying they can't travel because they don't have the money. Well, okay, it needs money to travel, but it doesn't need that much money. I'm sure everyone is able to travel if they really want to. They can save up money and go. Life is here to be lived, and money shouldn't be the reason not to do that. There are so many people, they're complaining about what they can't do. Like, they can't go there, they can't afford that because they don't have the money. But hey, why you not appreciate what you have? Why you not enjoy the little things? Like, this is what I'm trying to do all the time. I try to enjoy the small things. Like, even if I just got, like, I don't know, a friend comes and visit me, like, this is such a pleasant moment for me, like, and it means so much. Sometimes even I ask myself, how can I travel that much? I don't have that much money, but I keep going to places and I'm actually not sure if I can afford that, if it allows my budget to do that. But I really want to go to this place, I really want to meet those people. So that's why I'm doing it. I'm trying to make that possible. I think I'm really good in saving money. Like, I'm comparing prices. Like, if I fly somewhere, I compare the flights all the time and then I get the cheapest one. And I'm not trying to spend money on stuff that I don't need. Of course, if you want to live in a big house, you want to drive a fancy car, or you want to wear an expensive watch, this costs a lot of money and you probably won't be able to spend more money on travels. But for me, I don't need this. I don't need an expensive watch. I rather spend my money I would pay for a watch on a flight to Australia, which is so much more important to me because I get memories from that, I get experience from that. And for me, belongings is just something you have and you not really appreciate. I think if you want to travel you need to be able to just say no to other things. You cannot expect to stay in a fancy hotel all the time. You also need to deal with just sleeping on the floor or eating supermarket food. Just don't have a lot of expectations. Oh yeah, and what I didn't mention before is right now I don't have a home, so I'm not paying rent for any place because I'm constantly traveling around. So that saves me a lot of money as well, because I don't need to pay like 1,000 euros every month for a place I'm not using. So that's another reason how I can afford to travel around all the time. All right, let's go to the next question. I'm talking way too much already, I know. What's your favorite place you traveled to? I would say it was Iceland. Iceland is such an amazing place. Like nature-wise, it's incredible. Parkour-wise, it might be Santorini because it's just an awesome place to train. But also places like, I really enjoy Colorado, like Denver and Boulder. Awesome community, awesome spots. What else? England is always great. England has so many crazy architecture, like they have so many walls that don't make sense. They're just there, but they are awesome to jump on. To me, the main reason why I travel is because of the community. I want to meet everyone, so that's why I keep going to different places to meet the people there. How do you find time to travel? Well, I don't find the time, I just take the time. Well, I think people who say they don't have the time to do something, that means that the thing they want to do is not that important to them, so they don't take the time for it. Wow, that sounds really smart. What makes you want to travel so much? What? I guess it's because you can get so much experience being in other places, meeting other people, and life is here to experience as much as you can and learn about things. And also, if you're in a bad situation while traveling, it's always an experience, and no matter what, it will be a good experience in the end. What do you eat on the road? I don't like this. So every time I walk into a supermarket to get food, I'm walking inside, I'm like, what should I get? It's so boring. And most of the time I ended up with toast and cheese and meat. Yeah. I don't really know. I'm trying to cook my own food while I'm on a road trip. I can have a bit more different food if I can eat warm, which is good. But other than that, I really don't know. Sorry. Do you have to pay for your flight, or does your sponsor do that? I pay for most of my flights, for the reason because I don't have any sponsors yet which would do that for me. As simple as it is. But maybe one day. How do you keep yourself clean? Well, I take showers. Most of the time I'm staying with people, and those people, they live in places which has a shower, which is convenient for me. Otherwise, when I'm on the road, when I'm traveling, I'm trying to find a river and jump in. Yeah. Oh, that's a really interesting question. How do you heal injuries while traveling? Yes, I was injured before while traveling around. It sucks because you can't do that much. Well, I think I'm just a really calm person, and I can deal with injuries because I think injuries are in your head, and if you tell yourself everything is alright, you're good, you're patient, and you can deal with that. When I'm injured, I'm trying to rest and don't do too much. I'm still going out with people and watch them while training, because I think that's a good way to learn as well, just by analyzing their techniques, and at least you're with them, you know, you're having fun. You're not at home depressed doing nothing. Alright, next page. Oh yeah, why am I in Australia right now? Someone asked me that. Well, because it's warm. I really don't like the winter, so every winter in Europe I'm trying to go somewhere where it's warm, because it's just so much more fun in the sun. Most of the time when I'm somewhere, it is because of fun. Like sometimes there is work, but most of the time it's just because of fun. But also before coming to Australia, I spent 1 week in Dubai. And while I was in Dubai, I was trying to get a lot of cool content which I can share on social media and hopefully get some work out of this content. What will you do in a few years? Will you still travel? Well, I don't know, and I don't want to know, because what I do right now is what I enjoy, and I keep doing this as long as I enjoy it. And if I don't enjoy it anymore, I will find something else that I like. There are always other things to do. Like even if I can't do parkour work anymore, I'm sure I will find something else. Like I'm absolutely not worrying about that. Now, at least not now. What would you do in a situation with no money? I'm trying to get more work and get some money. It never happened to me, so I can't really tell. But if I see that I'm running low on money, I'm definitely try to think about what I can do to make money again. Where do you stay on your trips, and how do you find people to stay with? Guys, the parkour community is awesome. It doesn't matter where you go, you always find people there who do parkour as well. And most of the time I'm staying with parkour people. So how I do that is I'm trying to find the parkour community on Facebook first. So I just type in parkour and the name of the city where I am, and I'm just asking people to train with me, like showing me around. This is what I do first. So like this, I'm able to meet the people first, because I think if you just ask them, hey, I don't know you, can I stay at your place? It would be a bit weird for them, because they maybe don't want to have a stranger sleeping in their bed. But most of the time I train with them, we become friends, because it's the parkour community and it's awesome. And most of the people are just so open, I can stay with them and having a good time. Well, yeah, it's probably hard if you're not really spontaneous. If you want to know where you will stay in 1 month, that might be really hard, because the parkour community is really spontaneous and it's hard to plan things. But this is also something I learned while traveling. Don't worry too much about things that are not happening right now. So most of the time I'm just like, yeah, it's gonna be alright, and I will find something to stay even if it's already evening, and it works out most of the time. And if not, I have another story to tell. At what age did you start traveling? I think my first trip was in 2009 and I was 16. I'm having quite a good relationship with my parents, which I'm really happy about, because they used to travel a lot as well when they were younger, or they still do. So I think they really trust me in what I do, even when I was only 16. Like I remember the first time I went to Vienna, I asked my mom, hey, can I go to Vienna? And her response was, yeah, sure, but take your toothbrush with you. That means that her only worry was that I don't brush my teeth. What's the cheapest way to travel? Compare prices. Be patient and compare all the prices on different websites, and you will be able to find a cheap flight, a cheap bus, or something else. There's not really something, I would say, that you save a lot of money, but there are the small things which saves you a lot of money. So let's give an example. You're buying food. You're having the toast, which costs 2 euros. You're having another toast, which costs 1 euro. It's 1 euro difference. Okay, yeah, it's not a lot. But if you do that with every product you pay, so let's say you pay 10 products, it's already 10 euros. And you do that for, let's just say 10 days. You already spend 100 euros more than you actually had to. So I think it's the small things that saves you the money. And that's also another thing. When you travel, try to meet other travelers. Try to meet locals as well, of course. But try to talk to other travelers about how they do it, how they spend less money on stuff. And I think this is how you learn about traveling. This is how you learn how to do it. So yeah, I hope I kind of could give you a good answer about your questions. Yeah, go out there and travel. There are only good things that can happen, even if they are bad. They are experiences. I'm turning 24 next month, and when I think about what I experienced in the past 8 years, it's absolutely amazing how many people I met, how many crazy stories I could tell you, and how much, I don't know, how much things I just experienced. It's just awesome. I mean, even just okay, I'm proud of that. So my English, I had English at school for 1 year and I was pretty shit in it. But because I started traveling, I started to learn it. It might be not the best English yet, but I'm proud of it. Like, if I think about that, I just learned it because I was traveling, because I was talking to people, and because I was listening to people talking to me. This is just one of the many things I learned while traveling, and traveling definitely helped me to become the best person I can be, and I'm enjoying it. I'm fucking enjoying it, what I do, and I think that's all what it is about. Living the life and being happy. That got emotional right there, but it's the truth. So yeah, if you have any more questions, let me know in the comments. You can also send me a message at any time. I'm trying to answer those questions, and I really hope I can inspire people, because I got inspired from other people, and so I'm trying to do the same. Have a good one and go out there. There's a lot to explore.